And I knew that the internet was going to win and that you could be an influencer and a creator and make money. So my point back then was, hey, you've got to use 6 p.m. to midnight if you are miserable, if you're suicidal, if you're living your life for the weekend, you're dead. You're working too much. So work harder. On a podcast went into deep double click on how I got positioned that way by some. A lot of people watching right now that are being like, I don't even know. It was because there was a Medium article written that I was the poster child of hustle porn. In that article, he wrote 30 things that were not true. And it was devastating to me because if you look at my content from 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10,
it would not reflect that.
I didn't speak about or inspire or debate on how one can get there, because I will tell you, there is nothing more true to what I'm about to say. It's palpable. It's got to be at least neutral. When it bleeds into toxic and negative and awful, I don't care how much you're going to not like driving a regular car instead of a fancy car. Or I don't care that you have to move out of a nicer neighborhood to a crappier neighborhood. I don't care if you have to sell. Who've demonized the word? Sure. But it doesn't take away the essence. I do not think that please do not say that you're going to be a billionaire, but then work 20 hours a day, a week, excuse me. Like, let's make this logical. Let's all understand it. The singular reason that I am a happy person is the only stress that I think has validity is the stress you get if you're worried about the health and well-being of someone you love. Jess, listen,
for people to understand this, the only thing that should get you truly worked up and in a twist is your family sick.
Fear of losing a family member, or they're in danger, terminally ill, a health scare, the death of, the abduction of, the kidnapping, like the amount of, so I have unlimited stress because I have 700 businesses. I have 150 million followers on social. Publicly, like I have a ton of how much money and vanity is not in the equation of things that I'm going to stress when I didn't have any. People, when I say money, someone just now said, well, easy for you to say, I just Googled you. I know what your net worth is. I didn't make more than $70,000 a year in the first 12 years of my career. Like I lived within my means and I was happy. People are insecure, Jess. Here's why parents stress about kids getting into college. If their kid gets into Princeton, they get to tell everybody they got into Princeton. And if they go, and so parents need to stop weaponizing their children as vanity utensils for their insecurity.
Oh my gosh.
I think if you're a confident person and you're a simple person, and you will be a much happier person. And so for me, I have unlimited stress. 98% of it is good stress.
Great.
I want my company to be better.
I think that this is something people really struggle to learn to differentiate. And I did, right? Like the first 20 years of my career, gunner. I'm going to go to this high growth company. And, I got to show it's a miracle.
That's awesome.
Like I am so much more.
I've always lived this way. I always say this. My professional goal is to buy the New York Jets. And I always say to myself, if I bought the New York Jets tomorrow, it happened. I pulled it off. And the next day, my parents died in a car crash. Would I be happy? I sure wouldn't. No. So why don't I live my life that way? Last night, I flew back from San Francisco after watching my beloved New York Jets lose. I landed. It was my father's birthday.